I never thought my wedding day would turn into a battlefield. But there I was, tucked into the shadows of the opulent Regency Ballroom in downtown Chicago, my heart pounding like a drum in my chest. The air was thick with the scent of fresh roses and champagne. But all I could focus on was my mother, Victoria, and my sister, Brooke, bent over a pile of elegant ivory envelopes at the gift table. My flute of bubbly hovered midair as Brooke's manicured fingers rifled through crisp bills and checks, jotting totals in a slim leather notebook while Victoria nodded like it was the most natural thing in the world. The floor seemed to sway under my designer heels. This was supposed to be the pinnacle of joy, not this gut-wrenching revelation. Across the polished marble floor, my new husband, Alex, laughed with his old engineering buddies from MIT. His face lit up with that easy smile I felt for years ago, completely oblivious to the fact that my own flesh and blood was robbing us blind. The glass slipped from my numb fingers, shattering with a sharp crack that echoed like a gunshot, spraying shards and fizz over my satin shoes. Heads turned. Whispers rippled. But I barely noticed. Victoria and Brooke jerked up, their faces flashing guilt before Victoria smoothed hers into that fake maternal concern I'd seen 1,000 times. "Emily. Sweetie. You okay?" she called, shoving the envelopes behind her beaded purse like I was blind. I marched across the room, each step a deliberate fight against the quake in my knees. "What the hell are you doing with our gift envelopes?" Brooke shrank back. That same cowering pose she'd pulled since we were kids whenever she was about to skate by on charm. "Just organizing them for you, hon," Victoria said, patting the stack like a proud hen. So many guests handed them straight to us instead of the box. My pulse roared in my ears. Just last week at the rehearsal dinner in that cozy Italian spot on Michigan Avenue, Victoria had sniped about our extravagant $12,000 wedding budget, calling it wasteful while gushing over Brooke's cheap framed selfie collage, a 15-minute slap-together job. The same night she grilled us again on why we needed such a fancy venue, as if our mid-tier choice was some lavish excess. "I want the envelopes now." My hand shot out, steady despite the storm inside. Victoria waved it off like a pesky fly. "We'll keep them safe till morning. You've got enough on your plate tonight. That money's for me and Alex." My voice held firm. No cracks. Victoria glanced at Brooke, who suddenly found her Jimmy Choos fascinating. "Your sister's in a tight spot right now. That condo of hers is bleeding her dry, especially with her fourth job switch on the horizon. You're stealing our wedding money." The words burned like acid on my tongue. Victoria sighed. "All theatrical drama. Don't be dramatic. Brooke needs this more. It's just $7,500. You and Alex have solid careers. You're a marketing exec. He's a software whiz. You'll bounce back. $7,500. The exact sum we'd scrimped for to wipe out Alex's lingering grad school loans before house hunting in the suburbs. They'd already tallied it. Plotted it. "That's theft," I spat, the words slicing the air like a knife. Brooke peeked out, eyes pooling with those crocodile tears she'd weaponized since grade school. Please. Life's always handed you everything on a silver platter." My roommate bailed. "And I can't swing rent solo. Easy?" The laugh that escaped me was bitter, choking. "You think my life's been easy? No. Girls." Victoria's tone sharpened, that edge she used to shut down arguments. "Emily, we're family. We're just holding this to get Brooke back on her feet. That's what families do, help each other." Brooke nodded like a bobblehead, but I caught that smug curl at her lips' corner, staring at them. It all clicked, the lifelong script where Brooke needed. And I gave. Brooke stumbled. And I stepped aside. Brooke wanted. And I folded. The chandelier light glinted off my new diamond band as I flexed my fingers, grounding myself. This wasn't just about cash, it was the death of any illusion that my family saw me as equal. Not just a backup plan for their golden child. My hand extended again. Palm up. The envelopes. Now, when Victoria's mouth parted to argue, I cut her off cold. I said now. I snatched them, knuckles blanching against the paper. Over by the bar, my father, Harold, chatted with Alex's uncle, whiskey in hand. Our eyes met, and his skittered away, shoulders hunching, that telltale sign when Victoria dragged him into her messes. My heart slammed harder. Not just them, all three. They'd schemed this together. Even on my big day, I was the afterthought. Emily? Alex's cousin tapped my elbow. You good? I forced a nod. Family stuff. Excuse me. The hotel manager, a kindly guy with a receding hairline, spotted my shaking grip on the envelopes and offered his office. I trailed him down the hushed hall, past gawking guests. Inside, Victoria lounged in a leather armchair like it was her throne. Not a crime scene. Brooke perched beside her, dabbing at bone-dry eyes with a napkin. I stayed standing, envelopes pressed to my chest like armor. Victoria patted the empty seat. Sit. Sweetie. You're blowing this out of proportion. That condescending pat, treating me like a tantruming kid, made my teeth grind. Before I could fire back, the door creaked. Harold slunk in, aligning himself beside Victoria. The trio formed their unbreakable wall. Same as always. We've been covering Brooke's condo for 5 years now, Harold mumbled, avoiding my stare. Rent hike last month hit hard. Her 4th career pivot, Victoria added, fussing with her silk dress. Job market's brutal. Brooke sniffled louder. Just need help with my credit cards. It's only $4,000. $4,000? My voice echoed hollow. But you're taking $7,500. The rest for her new place deposit, Victoria said casually. Like ordering coffee. Current one's got black mold issues. $7,500, 9 months of us pinching pennies, delaying our dreams. But the real knife twist? Picturing them at their Oak Park kitchen table, calculating our haul while I picked linens and vows. Did you even think what this means to us? My question hung soft, vulnerable. Oh, come on, Victoria dismissed. You two are set. Brooke's got no one but us. Us? You mean me? Family pitches in, Harold parroted. Empty as ever. I wanted to hurl reminders, the $5,000 ER bill I ate alone after that office slip 3 years back, fracturing my ankle on slick tile. I'd begged for help. They claimed tight funds from Brooke's fashion design flop, her 3rd dud. They'd bankrolled her full move-in, $9,000 for a trendy loft she ditched in 3 months. The door swung open. Alex stepped in, scanning the room like a hawk. His calm facade cracked when he saw the envelopes, piecing it together. Harold fidgeted with his tie. For a split second, I weighed unloading decades of scars right there, every slight, every favoritism, or holding my dignity like a shield. Would spilling it all shift anything? Or just paint me as the bitter one? Alex shut the door with a click that felt like a starting gun. The envelopes stay with us. All of them. Harold started. Emily. Be reasonable, but silenced when Alex flanked me. That simple stand, him choosing me without hedging, flooded me with a strength I'd never known. For once, I wasn't the sacrificial lamb. Brooke's face crumpled into rehearsed sobs. That childhood ploy to flip the script. But no tug pulled me to cave. To placate. To erase the mess for harmony. We're done talking, I declared, hand firm on the stack. These are for our future. Victoria's mouth gaped, but my steel gaze halted her. Maybe she finally glimpsed it, the boundary I'd drawn, the power she'd lost. Brooke's sniffles ramped up. A performance drawing eyes through the cracked door. Guests slowed. Peeking. Everything all right? Aunt Linda poked in. Brows furrowed. Glancing from Brooke's tears to me. Victoria pounced. Oh, Linda. Just a family hiccup. Emily's mad we're helping Brooke. Her whisper carried. You know how she gets when she's not in the spotlight. My jaw locked as Aunt Linda shot me a judgmental side-eye. That villain role, they'd cast me in it forever. I'm not mad about helping, I countered. Voice level amid the rage. I'm mad about the theft, $7,500 from our gifts. Aunt Linda's eyes bulged. Before she could probe, Alex edged in behind her. Memory hit, last year's tumble at work. Ankle snapping like dry wood. Bills piled to $5,000. I'd called home. Voice small. Bad timing, Harold said over speaker. They'd just fronted Brooke's loft overhaul. I toughed it out one-handed spreadsheets during lunch PT. Ramen diets to chip away debt. That's when I started my ledger, not for spite, but sanity. Every inequity noted. Armor against their gaslighting. Alex's hand on my shoulder grounded me. Remember our plan? He murmured. We'd prepped for this betrayal. Harold advanced. Palms out in that fake peacemaker pose. Emily. After everything we've done, name one, I snapped. One thing you did for me that wasn't doubled for Brooke. Silence crashed down. Harold's mouth flapped shut. Victoria toyed with her pearls. Brooke stared at the carpet. In that void, it crystallized. I'd tracked not from envy, but survival. Proof against their, you're overreacting, chorus. Alex drew a folder from his jacket, our safeguard. Mr. and Mrs. Thompson, he said evenly. We anticipated mix-ups on gifts. Our lawyer prepped this, notarized docs stating all wedding monies are ours. No matter who grabs them first. Faces shifted, Harold darkened. Brooke widened. Victoria paled. She'd schemed blind to our prep. My back straightened, voice rang clear. You taught me to expect letdowns. This time, I armed up with facts, not wishes. Alex slid the papers over. Harold scanned. Reluctant. You've got 30 minutes to hand over anything else, or we call security. Maybe cops. Victoria's shock was priceless, her plot crumbling. This is absurd, she hissed. You planned against us? We hoped not, Alex said. Eyes locked on Harold. But we protected what's ours. The room shrank. Accusations thick. Harold deflated. Legal weight crushing him. Ridiculous, Brooke exploded. Emily's got it all, a stable hubby. Career she doesn't quit every year. No worries. She doesn't need this. Raw envy spilled out, not need. But spite. The manager. Mr. Jenkins, who'd hovered silent, spoke up. I can lock these in our safe till morning, hotel policy, gifts are the couple's. Brooke flushed. You don't get it, I have debts. Not Emily's problem, he said firmly. Victoria's lips thinned. Public shaming wasn't her script. Harold pleaded. Can we skip the legalese? Handle his family? Temptation flickered, one last olive branch? Or shatter the cycle? The door opened, my best friend Sarah. Bridesmaid dress rumpled from the floor. Concern etched. All good? Alex said backup needed. Perfect timing. He'd summoned reinforcements. Just a misunderstanding on gifts, Harold rushed. Whose gifts? Sarah quipped. Mr. Jenkins nodded. Policy's clear, couple's property. Safe or take now? Safe. Thanks, Alex decided. Victoria's hands twitched. Harold backpedaled. We were just organizing. Family support mix-up. The coordinator peeked in. Smile fading at the tension. Cake cutting in 15, guests asking. Victoria rose. Whispering venom. Choose this. And think about your family spot. Once, it'd crush me. Now, with allies witnessing, It rang empty. Mr. Jenkins gathered the envelopes, each a true blessing. Not Brooke bailout fodder. Harold fidgeted. Let's talk tomorrow. Cooler heads. But the rot was exposed. Their grab revealed the truth they'd hidden. Victoria's nails dug into my wrist. That controlling grip from childhood, silencing church whispers. Yanking from toy aisles. Staring at reunions. Tears welled on cue. Emily, she quavered. You're picking him over blood. Harold squared up. Blood's thicker than water. Sweetheart. Brooke quivered behind. Lip trembling, that act from our shared room days. Her bed spotless. Mine blamed for her messes. No one will get why you're doing this, after our sacrifices. The pressure built. 32 years of swallowing it, threatening to choke. But my ring gleamed, a loop of unconditional gold. I pried her fingers off. I've logged every favoritism since 14, Christmases where Brooke got triple the haul, her ballet recitals you cheered while skipping my track meets, cars you bought her while I bussed to 2 jobs. Victoria gaped. I barreled on. My $5,000 ankle bill I soloed while you gift-wrapped her textbooks, her rent you covered when my flood hit. Telling me figure it. Harold blanched. You tracked all that? Had to, or I doubt my sanity when you called me selfish for wanting fair. Brooke lunged. You're just jealous. No. Invisible. To Victoria, I'm not choosing Alex, I'm choosing me. Mr. Jenkins interjected. I'll escort you back. Victoria's mask cracked. We're not done. We are, I said. Alex's hand at my back steadied as we returned. Ballroom doors parted. Guests cheered. Clueless. We'd planned the follow-through if they struck. The band cued our song. DJ handed the mic. Ladies and gents. The bride has words. I scanned. Spotting them slinking in. Brooke eyed the exit. Blocked by cousins. Thanks for celebrating with us. Your generosity shows what real family means. I locked on Alex's folks. Special shout to Maria and Carlos Rivera for welcoming me like blood. No strings. No scorekeeping. Murmurs swelled. Victoria stiffened. Whispering to Harold as they grabbed coats. Your gifts build our future, we'll honor them. Applause thundered. Alex whispered. Proud of you. They slipped out. Whispers trailing. Rumors would fly. Emily's stand against Victoria. Brooke's facade cracking. The overlooked daughter roaring. Victoria paused at the door. Our eyes meeting. A flicker, respect, before she vanished. Contact? Maybe never. No grief. Just liberating float. Music swelled. Alex spun me. 6 months blurred. Sunlight poured into our cozy Wrigleyville apartment as I arranged daisies in Monica's housewarming vase. Wait. Sarah's. Alex tapped at spreadsheets. Stick to savings. Down payment by spring. I kissed his head. Ahead. Simple talks. No dread. Phone rang, no flinch. That night at a Lakeview bistro for our half-year. Candles dancing. Phone buzzed. Brooke. Need $900 for tires emergency? I typed no. Wine sip. All good. Alex asked. Perfect. Weekend. Sarah with pie. Alex's parents with wine and hugs that wrapped me whole. To chosen family, Carlos toasted. Warmth settled, deserved. Sunday. I hung our dance photo, us. Foreheads touching. Friends circling. No forced poses with Victoria. Bathroom cabinet held a test box. Waiting. Table had therapy pamphlets, not for them. But breaking chains. I boxed my ledger past, fingers tracing before sealing. Some ties honor an absence. Not presence. Would you cling to kin seeing you as siblings ATM? Or build with those valuing you? I shoved it back. Stepping into sun where Alex waited with coffee and unbound tomorrows.